Yes, lads, I didn't even know you could see me, to be honest. Welcome back to another stream. Um, I just finished work, so if I'm not as chirpy, I'll try my best. And we'll go through a few things. Be sure to ask your questions in chat. I won't be able to get back to all of you, unfortunately, but we'll see what happens. If you could let me know if you could see and hear me, that would be great. Um, So we have a lot to get through today. First of all, thank you for 2,100 subscribers. I appreciate it. It's mad. We're only about 4 or 5 videos in, and you lot are just smashing it. For some reason, you like to listen to me absolutely waffle. But it's great to see. Thank you for 2K. So double game week 25 for City got announced, which is massive. And I made a transfer this week. I done Estupinian in for Trent. I'll give you my reason in a second, but first we'll run through some comments. And by the way, I'm keeping it in mind to to talk a bit slower so a larger group of audience can understand. So great to see a lot of you in chat. Let's go. So I'm just going to give you a rundown for where I am right now. Personally, I'm quite stumped on who I'm going to bring in for Son. So the idea was I was going to get rid of Jesus because I thought he was injured. I was wrong. But I was going to bring in João Pedro because I really like him as a pick. But instead, we have gone with probably taking Son out. So that'll be interesting to see what happens. Bro, I think we're all waiting for you to tell us who your captaincy is and your team going with this weekend. Yeah, sorry I haven't been active during the week. I started my new job on Monday, like I said. And if anyone's curious, it's Sunbuzz. They're really welcoming and it's a really nice place to work. So that's always great. So I'm thinking of captaining Saka right now. I actually, a lot of people are hesitant to captain Saka, but I think I knew before coming into the game week that I wanted to captain him, to be honest. Arsenal have been poor, but he's not a bad pick at all. And he's on penalties, so he could definitely perform. And compared to the other captains this week, I mean, they're not great at all, so he's not bad at all. Who are you replacing with Son? So yeah, that's what we're going to get into. I don't know who I'm going to replace, to be honest, for Son, but you're going to find out with me who I'm going to put in, because I don't even know. So I have one free transfer and I have a bit of money in the bank, and I'll show you in a second. So what's your new job? Will says. Will, my new job is a job in Intel, which is deadly. So yeah, it's great to see Tony's back in the conversation. I really like that. He's a great player, and I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of why he got banned, because I mean it seems odd, but great to see him back as an FPL pick. He is a good one, to be fair, and I think a lot of people will be taking a punt on him for sure. I won't be doing that. I prefer João Pedro, by the way. He looks good. So let's get into my team. The armband is on Saka right now. I'm seeing a lot of Julian Alvarez on Twitter. I don't know what I think about that. But yeah. So I'm going to need your help in chat, because who I'm thinking of is bringing in Pascal Gross for Son. Let me know what you think of that. It'd be cool if we could do some polls in chat, actually, now that I think of it. I think that's what we'll do right now. So we're just going to look at me for a second. We'll do a poll. How do I do this, though? That's the real question. How do I do a poll? Help me, please. Engage with your audience. There it is. Start a poll. Let's go. So, who is your captain? Because I'm curious. We'll go... Shit, I can't type. Who is your captain? Saka, Palmer, add option, other. Alright, let's go. I'm intrigued. Let's see what you got, lads. How many people we got in here? We got 260 people watching. Oh my... Why you listen to me, lads? There's so many better streamers out there that you could be listening to. But yeah, I'll try to get through the lot of you. I'm intrigued to see how this poll goes. I'm going to guess Palmer is going to win it. He's very popular this week, for a good choice as well. Okay, so far Saka is leading the race. If everyone can vote, that'd be great, just so we have a better sample size. All right, so If all right, so if you're captaining someone that's not Saka or Palmer, put it in the chat on who it is. I'm seeing a couple of Bruno shouts getting slandered on Twitter for that, but it's great. It's good fun. No, I'm not bringing in Bruno. If anyone was wondering, I would love to, but I can't bring him in against my Spurs, and I need a bit more money to bring in Haaland next week if he is fit, which we'll also get into. By the way, just so everyone knows, at the second half of the stream, we will go through. So after the deadline, we will go through some of the chip strategies for the coming game weeks. That is a massive talking point. Also, I added a timer into the stream. I had a few requests for that, so that's great. Foden, a lot of Foden captaincies. So I wonder, were you on Foden last week, or are you just after bringing him in? Because he looks great, to be fair. Especially with, I mean, I'm unsure where he's going to play. I've seen a few threads. My boy Gundo made one. But it'll be interesting to see what happens with him. Okay, so it's looking like 50% Saka. I agree with that, to be honest, as of now. But so I'm seeing a lot. Raul Jimenez captain. That is crazy. Oh shit! I can't see my chat. 2 seconds. How do I get out of this? I'm after done goofing. This is not good. You just close the doc. If you'd like to show it again, use the docs menu on the menu bar. 2 seconds, lads. I'm after closing my chat. Chat. All right, we're back. Apologies for that. KDB cap, De Bruyne, Foden, Garnacho. But so a lot of people were unfortunate. Look, it's easy to be harsh to those that made an early transfer this week. We had about 2 weeks to make it a choice, but I mean that's part of the game. I mean, I wouldn't be shooting us like. It is what it is, really. It's unfortunate. If it was any other week, just because we had a lot of weeks, time notice this week, I think people are giving out about it more, but I wouldn't be too worried about it. Look, it's part of the game. Me, myself, I try to leave it as long as I could, like right now. Like, we're going to make this transfer on stream. Thank God I have that timer there, because I probably would have forgot. Just so you know, obviously you can see the timer, but it's a 6:15 deadline, if I'm not wrong. I probably should have checked that. Let me check while I'm here. Yeah, 6:15. Nice one. I'm curious, does anyone have any Burnley players? Because that actually could be a good fixture. Just to target a player or two. Burnley or Luton players, if I'm not wrong. So 52% went Saka, which is interesting. I think I'm surprised, because at the start of the week it was a lot of Palmer, and I think what put that off is just the game Chelsea had with Fulham. I think that skewed a lot of people, because I mean, at the start of the week, everyone looked like they were going to do Palmer. So I think I'm going to captain Saka. Why? So here's the rundown on why I want to captain Saka. Look, Arsenal have been really poor, don't get me wrong. But just because they've been poor doesn't mean they can't perform. And I think Arsenal will, like, this home fixture is really good for them. And I think they will perform against Palace. Now, that's just me. That I'm not saying you should agree with me, because if I was listening to me, I wouldn't be listening to me. So yeah, thanks for everyone that voted in the poll. Let's answer some questions in the chat. There's my team, if anyone was wondering. How much I have in the bank, one free transfer. By the way, I forgot to mention it. I know all of you probably know, because that's all I talk about at this point. But we are 11th in the world. Can I look at the table for that? That would be quite cool to look at and stream. But yeah, we are 11th in the world, and if I could get a grey arrow this week, I'd be happy with that, to be honest. Last week we went from 11th in the world to 11th in the world, which was not bad, even after having a good week. Last week we went up to 2nd, which was great. I know I'm banging on about it, you don't want to hear that, but it's pretty cool. So yeah, hopefully this week, if we get a green arrow, that'd be amazing. But lining up with that team I have, I can't imagine it'd be acting great. Like, I'm starting Jean-Philippe Mateta, which is far from ideal. So let's answer some questions in the chat. I know a lot of you have had questions in the chat and we haven't been interacting, so let's do it. By the way, great to see so many people in here. Like, the fact that you're coming here instead of elsewhere, that's great to see, and it means a lot. So, thoughts on Garnacho this week? That's an interesting one. I think Garnacho, I think he's 4.8 or 4.9 at this point. He is a great choice, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, United have not been great, but they have a turn of fixtures coming now, and I fancy him to, for the price, pick up some points. I think the good thing about Garnacho is if you bring him in, you don't have to start him every week. You wouldn't mind benching him. which is always good to have that flexibility on the bench. I mean, if you brought in the likes of Bruno, for example, my boy, or Rashford, you'd be less inclined to bench him, I think. So yeah, Bowen to Foden. No, I would not be getting rid of Bowen. I think he'll be back for the next game week. I don't think he'll start this week, but I think you're just gonna have to firm it. Best options to replace Son under 6 million. I think Garnacho's up there for a replacement for Son under 6 million. If Antony captain, go for it. Why not? I mean, if you were to do it, this would be one of the weeks to do it for sure. As like, there's no nail captain for this week, and I think for sure that you could get away with it even if he blanks. Trent to Walker or Estu. So I really like. So I keep saying so. That City double got confirmed today, so I think a lot of people will be looking towards Walker. And again, that's why I have him. I knew that double was going to come, but between Estu and Walker, of course, Walker's more. He sits back way more than Estepinian. Estepinian goes forward like a rocket. But that's, I don't know. I can't really choose one. I would probably choose Walker though if I had to choose. Could you show us a quick wildcard draft? Hardcore says. I mean, I could, but I don't know if we have enough time. We have a lot of things to get through. I want to answer as many questions as I can for you, and then we might go through it. Start a Villa defender or Luton defender? It depends who the Villa defender is. I would probably start a Villa defender. Son over Garnacho, Jota, Kevin De Bruyne, Gross. Yeah, so Kevin De Bruyne is an interesting talking point for this week. I mean, Pep kind of really throws me off from what he said. I hate his press conferences. They're never useful, other than the fact that he did tell us that Haaland's not going to be in the squad, kind of. Hopefully he's not in the squad. Imagine after all this he's in the squad. I'd be fuming. But yeah, I get another week of Alvarez up top, which is not bad at all. Hopefully next week we'll get more information about what's going on. Yeah, I think it'll be a bit hectic next week because a lot of people have a transfer. Please still be here. I think we're back. I don't think. No, I think we're good. All right. So, as I was saying, shit, wrong one. I can't even remember what I was saying. So we'll just answer another question. Oh yeah, we're talking about Kevin De Bruyne. So I don't know if I bring him in this week. If you already brought him in, it's not a bad shout. But those Pep conferences do put me off. It doesn't add to like bringing in Foden or Kevin De Bruyne for me. And Alvarez is an interesting captaincy this week. I just don't know if I could go there. I actually like Saka as a captaincy. Start Bowen or Trippier. I would probably start Trippier. I don't think Bowen is going to be fit. Actually, just start Bowen because if he doesn't play, you'll have Trippier off the bench. Foden or Jota. I like Foden because he's a double game week coming. Start Konsa or Pinnock. Probably Konsa. And who is your captain? So it's looking like Saka right now. This could change, so I hope if it does change that you'll be here to see it because I don't want you to go away thinking I'm captain someone else. Would Alvarez be a good captain? Yes. Richie or Foden in? Yeah, so keep in mind that in game week 26, Spurs have a blank and Foden doesn't have a blank and he's a double in game week 25. So that's the only reason why I'd lean towards Foden. I really wish that, well, it's not confirmed that Spurs blank. Middlesbrough are currently 1-0 up in a two-legged fixture against Chelsea. And if Middlesbrough win, then they won't blank. But it looks likely that Chelsea will still win that tie. That's the only thing that puts me off Richie because he's on penalties. But he looks good. What do you think about Neto? Neto's an interesting one. I think I need to see more from him before I bring him in though. Like for me, I wouldn't like... I'm not that he's injury prone, but so far this season he's picking up like little constraints and I don't know if I bring him in just yet, but when he's fully fit, I think he's a great pick. He's a really exciting player and I love watching him play. Son to Foden, Lamptey to Estu, Taylor to Porro for a -4. Those are three good moves, to be fair. Whether I do it for a -4, I'm not sure. It really depends on your plan for Haaland. Yeah, so for me, you need to remember you need to save enough money for Haaland. Everyone's plan here is going to be different. Like for me, the reason I got rid of Trent was so I could save funds for Haaland. Like if I show you right now, I thought Jesus was going to be injured, okay? So let's take out Jesus, all right? And the plan was to get João Pedro for Jesus. And that conveniently left me 7.1 in the bank to upgrade Alvarez next week if it came to it, which was like perfect, okay? Now, obviously, Haaland is not fit and it's after Jesus is after being confirmed fit. So it's after skewing my ideas a small bit. which is not ideal, but I mean, it is what it is. So maybe it's a good thing that Jesus is back, but as long as he starts, it's good. But I don't know. I still feel that he could be benched or something. Again, if you're unsure, right now, who I'm captaining is Saka, not Salah. I wish I was captaining Salah. By the way, is anyone playing fantasy football AFCON or fantasy football Asia Cup? I don't know why I'm saying fantasy football because it's not the same thing, but fantasy AFCON, I should say. I have a team on that, and I probably should have told Maury because you could have joined my league, which would have been cool. But it is what it is. So yeah, that was the original idea before. Wait, you sold Trent this week? Yeah. So I didn't post about this on Twitter because I didn't know what I was gonna do. Before he rose in price, I brought him in that night, and I was busy working. So yeah, Trent to Estupinian. So this is not going to happen, this plan here. I'm not going to get João Pedro because Jesus is fit and I want to give him another game, I think, against Forest. As long as he plays, of course, he'll be good. So now what I'm thinking is downgrading Son, and to who is the question. So everyone is asking me on Twitter, who are you bringing in? I don't know who I'm bringing in because I can't advise you if I can't help myself. Again, sorry for not getting back to all you on Twitter, but it's again, like, I didn't have my own mind up, so it'd be very hard for me to advise you someone, as I don't even know what I'm doing. And you probably expect me to know what I'm doing because maybe I'm high ranked or whatever, but that is not the case at all. I have some of the same dilemmas as you guys. Let me make sure that this is still up and running. Okay, yeah, we're good. There's 300 of you in here for some reason. Welcome to the stream, anyone that's new. And if you find any of this entertaining for whatever reason, feel free to subscribe and like. Be much appreciated. But yes, it's been quite a boring few weeks. I've been inactive in FPL and it's great to be back. So I absolutely love this, and recently I've had the opportunity to make some content, and for some reason people like it. So yeah, who I'm looking at right now. Okay, that's the main thing that you're probably here for, or who I'm going to captain. Is João Pedro a good captain? Yes, he is a good captain this week. I really like him because he will be a differential this week for sure. We're likely to see a lot of Sakas. I would say about 65% are going to captain Saka, and the rest will 20%, maybe, or 30% will be Palmer, and then the rest will be either Darwin Núñez, who is also another interesting choice if he starts, and maybe a City player, or João Pedro, which is interesting. I thought you would get rid of Son. Yeah, so at the start of the week, I was going to get rid of Son and Salah, which is the crazy thing. And now, like, it got to a point where we were almost not getting rid of any of them. But I think it will be Son going this week. Son to De Bruyne, don't tempt me, you. I'd love that, but I need money to get Haaland. Richarlison or Bruno. If I could choose right now, I don't fancy him against Spurs, to be honest. But I like Bruno. I won't get slandered in my own chat. There's no way. So yeah, I will probably, or let's have a look at this. Select replacement. Let's for the time being, throw in Pascal Gross. All right, Pascal Gross is a good pick. I need someone that's going to come into my team, and I don't need to worry about him for the coming game weeks. Saying that, watch you get benched. Of course, typical. But for the time being, I think Gross is a great fit, just because I need some security. With Gross, he gets a lot of minutes. His position isn't, I would say, in contention, I wouldn't say, because he can play anywhere pretty much on the pitch except goalkeeper, like the commentators always say. He's second man on penalties. João Pedro usually gets subbed off early. And he's just a solid pick. I mean, stats-wise, I'm not the biggest into stats, but he's performing. And over the coming weeks, look, I think you need to, if you're choosing a player like Gross, he has a limited ceiling. He's not going to come in with 15, 20-point hauls, all right? Obviously, that would be a dream, and no one really does except Salah. But, like, you can't be disappointed if he gets 2 points. But Brighton have a really good run of fixtures, and I will be expecting a bit more than just 2 points every week when he comes into my team. So that's why it's looking likely. I think bringing in players this week is proper hard. Game week 25 or game week 21, a lot of the good players that you'd want to bring in are either injured or they play a good team. So it's hard to bring in someone this week. If Newcastle weren't playing City this week, I would probably bring in Anthony Gordon for sure. He's someone that I want, and I think he'd be great. Like, Choi, you only have 42 minutes and you don't know your transfer. Yeah, so am I panicking? No, but I suppose this would be at least great entertainment. Bruno or Garnacho, help me, I'm stuck. I like both of them. Bruno's a good pick. Garnacho's a good pick. It really depends on your plan with Haaland, like I say. I feel like Palmer's involved in more goals and assists than Saka. Well, yeah. So that's the argument. I mean, if you think Palmer is going to do better than Saka, then Captain Palmer. I know it's not as easy as that, but like if you think Palmer is better, then there's no reason you shouldn't captain. You know, that's it. And for me, I just prefer Saka against Crystal Palace. There's something about it. I just have a feeling he'll do well. Who's your captain? Do you like Darwin Núñez's pick? Yeah, look, I wish I had Darwin Núñez. I think he's one of the most fun players in the game you can have. At the end of the day, whatever about rank, but I own Darwin Núñez like at the start, and watching him maybe play or coming off the bench and scoring goals, like that was exciting. And like that's why we play this game, because you don't know what's going to happen. The whole point is that everyone chooses who they think is going to do the best, and choose players they enjoy watching. Some people like choosing players they like. Some people like going off stats. I would be more of a person that chooses players off players he likes and thinks they're going to do well, to be honest. But yeah. So if I wasn't going for Gordon, if I wasn't going for Gross, who would I be going for? So I'm not really exactly spoiled for choice. I think it's really hard to choose anyone here today. But the other one on the list for me is Richarlison. Spurs man. My only issue with it is he blanks in game week 26, which is not ideal. Like, if you look at my team, I have 2 Chelsea. If I bring in Richarlison, I'll have 2 Spurs. And that'll be 4 fellas on the bench. I know we have a few weeks until we get there, but Haaland has to be one of my picks. And I might need to bring in Trent as well. So, look, I had to sacrifice Trent, but I sacrificed him for Salah. You never know when Salah could be back. I know he plays a hard team, I think, in the quarters. So he could be coming back early against Burnley. He might indeed, and he might only be back for the double. But I prefer having the security of not having to make 2 more transfers to get Salah back in, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's why I done Trent out. Why Martinez? Yeah, Martinez at one point looked a really solid pick when I wildcarded in game week 17. I mean, it hasn't worked out, but I think he still is a solid pick. Villa are, second in the league? I mean, they'll be looking for more clean sheets. And as a defence, they're pretty good. Pau Torres seems to be back. I'm fairly sure FPL Villain on Twitter, he's an Aston Villa fan, he predicts Pau Torres to start. Be interesting to see if he does. Like, I haven't a clue what's going to happen, to be honest. But I don't even know, like, if you had my team, all right, we're going to make this a poll in chat. Would you start Colwill or Pau Torres if they were both fit? I'm intrigued because I actually don't know what I'm doing. So it's interesting to see 52% of your captain Saka. So if I change my armband to Palmer, how does that skew the results? Just out of curiosity. But yeah, we'll do another poll. If you don't mind, lads. Thank you. Colwill or... I need you to help me out here because I'm debating this in my head. For me, it's Colwill. I'm unsure though. 2 seconds. Pow. We'll get back to reading chat after this poll. Start poll. And make sure you keep reminding me in chat about this timer. Because I will forget. It would be me for this to happen. Hey Dylan, mate. Richarlison or Bruno? Richarlison or Bruno? Depends on your team for game week 26. For me, Richarlison. But if it was next week, it'd be Bruno. Colwill to S2. Yeah, Colwill to S2 is a good move. That way you dodge missing the blank in game week 26. If you sold Son, who would you get? Richarlison or Gross? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Richarlison or Gross? I don't know. João Pedro Cap. Yeah, why not? Cash to S2 opinion worth -4. Probably not. I don't know. That's a tough one. Jota is an interesting one. I just wish his minutes were more secure. I think Klopp done a presser saying that the only reason Núñez didn't play was because he had a cramp in his leg or something like that. So like, I wonder if they had a fully fit team, who does start? I think one pick that's definitely going underneath the radar, who I think has been amazing, is Luis Diaz. He's performing really well, in my opinion. And I don't know if I'd go there with him. Like, I don't know if I'd choose him in FPL, but he's a good player, and I think he'll start over anyone on the left in that Liverpool team. Chai, Gross or Garnacho? Garnacho's more exciting for sure. Have you made a transfer yet, Brody? Yeah, so I had 2 free transfers going into this week, and the transfer I made was Trent out and S2 opinion in for anyone that's new here. I have Rich. I was Selgros now. Okay. HI on a wildcard. Odegaard or Bruno. Ooh. Look, if it was me, I'd go with Bruno. That's just me though. Saka form 3.2. Yeah, whatever about form, but form is temporary. That's what they say, you know. I don't understand the Saka captain hype. Yeah, I mean, sure. Look, we're not captaining Saka because he's been amazing recently. Like the hype is only because there's not anyone else to captain really. Well, at least I can't think of anyone other than João Pedro and Palmer. Like every captain this week is differential from the usual Saka or Salah, Son and Haaland. Like this is probably the first week we've not had any of those options. So it's not exactly hype. It's just we're not left with much other choice, to be fair. And I reckon the reason Saka hype is there is because, I mean, we've seen him. He's consistent. Over the seasons, he's been someone that we've had in our team. Yeah, he's going in a bad spell now, but it doesn't mean he's a bad player. In my opinion, he's almost world class. Like, so he's a really good player. It's just they're not performing right now. Sure. What do you think about bringing in Douglas Luiz? Yeah, for me, Douglas Luiz has never been a pick. Every single week he performs, and I'm thinking, why don't I think this guy's a good pick? But even now, after a few weeks and they're second in the league, I still don't think he's a good pick. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just bias, or for whatever reason, I'm just I just have this agenda against Douglas Luiz, but I wouldn't be bringing him in. I just feel like there's a few better players that you could choose at this moment in time other than Douglas Luiz. Odegaard, Jota, or KDB, who do I cap? I don't know. I don't know if I'd cap KDB. That Pep conference was enough for me. Will Taylor start? I don't think so. Do you think Brighton will keep many clean sheets? S opinion is more for attacking threat. Any clean sheets is a bonus for me. Look, you're never going to outperform Trent. You'd be even doing well to get anywhere near Trent, to be honest. But by the way, what a player! I watch him every single week, and I've been saying it since the start of the year. Like he's amazing. Unfortunate with his injury. Hopefully he's back in about 3 weeks. By the way, I'll just say that on Trent. We got confirmation that it is about 3 weeks. What does that mean? Okay, so he has knee ligament damage. I'm not exactly sure what the term is, but to me that sounds worse than 3 weeks. Obviously, I'm no medical guy. Like I haven't a clue. I'm just sitting here chatting. But like I wouldn't be banking on Trent to be back against whoever that fixture is at Chelsea. Like for me, I don't know if he can risk sitting there with the likes of Salah, Son, and Trent on your bench. Like he's the most expensive player in his position. So that's why I made the decision to get rid of him, and it freed up funds to get Haaland. So yeah, why not captain Foden? Yeah, Foden's a good pick. I just don't know if he's guaranteed 90 minutes. I need to see what happens when De Bruyne is back in the team, who they sub off early, or what happens in general. It doesn't mean he's a bad pick. He's definitely one of the picks for this week. It's just I don't know if I'd go there. I prefer a home fixture that the likes of Saka has. What about Solanke transfer? I mean, I don't like Solanke for... Me and Solanke have a bit of beef, if you don't know. He's just been performing, and I've been unfortunate because I didn't bring him in. I'm not unfortunate for not bringing him in. Maybe I'm a bit silly for not. But I don't know, I just didn't want him. And I mean, he's blanked the last couple of weeks. But he's a great pick for sure. Can you show your team? All right, sorry lads. I just got carried away reading chat. There's my team. Let me bring chat back up 2 seconds. Close poll. Thank you for voting that poll, by the way. Let me just check the results. Sorry. Colwell 61%. Okay, interesting. Thank you. But yeah, I think it will be Colwell, even though Chelsea are absolutely rubbish at the back. But we'll just roll the dice, hoping that they'll do something. -4 from Kunku. Tejeu with a -8 with Huang out. No, I don't think I take a -8. But I take a -4 for sure. Hello, on Wildcard, again, second week in a row, annoyingly after all the injuries, plus able to get rid of the bad picks. Yeah, so that's a big debate this week about whether Game Week 21 Wildcard is optimal or whatever, but I mean, sometimes you just have to pull the trigger. It's team dependent. For me, I had 5 flags and I tried everything in my power not to use my wildcard, but I mean, everyone's different. Would you consider playing the following? 5-2-3. I would not do a 5-2-3. Can you rate teams on Twitter? I mean, I can, but I haven't even made my transfer, so I don't think that's a good idea. 30 minutes left, make the transfer. Okay, thank you for the reminder. Bone to either. Look, I wouldn't get rid of Bone. That's it. I would just hold on to him. Are you looking to get Haaland back down the line? Yeah, so Haaland is likely to be next week, I would say. Urgent help. Views on Zinchenko. Should I start him or Trippier? I would probably start Trippier, to be honest. Bench Areola or Raya? I would probably bench Areola. I don't know. That's a tough one. So, Son to Foden or Gross? Probably either. They're both good. I captained Areola. Nice one. Diaz and Gross for Son and Salah. Maybe. Gross is definitely a good option. Would you go Walker or Estupinian if you had to choose one? I would go Walker. Start Isaac or Pinnock. Or Pinnock. I would start Isaac. He is on penalties, right? And I mean, he can definitely nick a goal against City. I really like Isaac as a pick, by the way. I've mentioned this on a few different platforms, on a space. I think after the City game, even against Villa, he's a good pick. How I'd get him into my team, I haven't a clue. Especially makes it harder if Gabriel Jesus does well. Start with Richarlison or Porro. Always start the attacker in my eyes. Roll a transfer and start Archer or sell Salah for Garnacho. Hello, FBL PZ. Good to see you in the chat. I don't know if I'd sell Salah for Garnacho. For me, I'm holding on to Salah for the time being. Sterling cap. What is that on the table behind you? So on my table, I was just finished work. So it's just a few bits from working, I suppose. Sterling cap, probably not. I mean, I think Sterling will start. And if I knew he was starting, I think he'd be up for captaincy over the likes of Palmer. Well, on level with Palmer. I don't know about over, but he's definitely not a bad option. Would you start Mubaba? If Mubama gets minutes, I would start him. Douglas Luiz or Eze? Eze is way more exciting, man. Come on. That's just me, though. Start Solanke or Nunes. Darwin Nunes all day. Big up Darwin Nunes. Walker's form might be affected by his domestic problems. Yeah, potentially. But I don't know. Walker is the most nailed player in that City team other than Rodri. So I do like him. 5 best current midfielders to have except Saka and Palmer. I don't know because I only have 3 in my team right now. So I actually couldn't tell you. I'm waiting who you'll cap, so I do the same. Look, you shouldn't be in here waiting for me. Like, I'm not a mystical man that every time I throw the armband on someone, they return. Like, that's not the case here. I'm just the same as you guys, and there's nothing different that separates me and you. Like, I just pick who I think is going to do well. There's no voodoo that's going on over here. Like, 29 minutes left to make your transfer. Thank you for that, man. Is KDB good to bring in? I don't know if I'd bring in KD. I don't think so. I just think his minutes might be limited. Jota or Garnacho. I think they're both good. Tony, the best captain for sure. Okay, I hope it works out for you. Can you do wildcard? Really freaking out. All right, I will do my transfer and we might look at a bit of a wildcard. Now, there's no guarantee it's going to be good. It'll be made on the spot. So we'll see what happens. Oh man, I'm in bits. Been sitting down all day. Pick your transfer, man. All right. Let's see what we do. Okay. Let me put chat over here. Please don't mess up. Okay. Check that it's still working. Okay, cool. So, what are we going to do? I am thinking Sun out. Let me know. Spam the chat if I'm doing something stupid. But I do think it is Pascal Gross. I just don't see why not. I mean, he's a bit boring for me. Usually someone that I wouldn't go for because, I mean, I don't think he has the highest upside. But I just need someone that's guaranteed. That's the main thing for me. Like, I need someone that's going to play every game and I can just trust, you know what I mean? Like, I put my faith in him. What do you do for work? I started working Intel. Can you do a wildcard? Okay. No pressure, lol. What do you think about Watkins' cap? Yeah, Watkins is one that's not being talked about, and he's playing Everton, if I'm not wrong. It's a good fixture, but I don't know. I don't know if he can go against the grain with a game like away at Everton. It doesn't tickle my fancy anyway. Would you do Walker for a -4? Depends who is for. Heard earlier from Chelsea source that Poch won't last this season. Yeah, I don't know about that, to be honest. For me, this is a bigger problem at Chelsea than Pochettino. I think look, I know what Pochettino's about and what he brings to the table. I think they should keep him in my eyes. Obviously, maybe it's a bit biased. You should get Neto in. Yeah, I'd love to, but just not yet. Start Taylor or Trippier. Trippier. Bruno is safe. Lads, I can't bring in Bruno now. Like, I mean, but I'm happy for maybe I convinced a few. Natalia, hello in chat. Saka or Palmer, captain Saka for me. Like, as of now, Saka, unless something flies in my window and tells me to captain Palmer, I think it is going to be Saka. Jesus is injured. Jesus is in training. Will he start? I haven't a clue. That's why I'm going to make a transfer. Other than that, I'd be rolling. Gross the GOAT. Yeah, he is. Brighton overrated run of fixtures. They have lost many players to AFCON and will be a different Brighton team. Look, I don't know about that. Brighton are a system team, in my opinion. They don't rely on any of the players that are in their team. Another team who I think are a system team are Spurs' Ange Postecoglou. Like, you can put any players in those positions. For example, the likes of Eric Dyer. They're putting in young fellas and they still play attacking football. Things don't change. So I think, like, it doesn't matter who's in those positions. The young players bring energy to the team and it doesn't like take away from their performances. But they'll probably be a bit leaky for sure. Would you sell Walker for a -4 in order to sell the cells? Yes, probably. Just because he's a double. So is that the final transfer? Well, I haven't made it yet. I don't know if you're waiting to make the same move or what, but you're 178 spots ahead of me in the Irish leaderboard. Good luck. Even though that's not true because I want to beat everyone else. I mean, fair enough. To your right, you should be have that mentality because at the end of the day, we're all playing against each other. As much as I'm trying to help you, of course I want to be one step ahead, but you can't have both. Saka or Gross, I own Odegaard. I would keep Odegaard. Bag your captain points in the first week. Palmer it is. Okay. Start Colwell or Diaby? Probably start Diaby. Is Diaby going to start? I don't know. I really don't know, but I'd probably rather start Diaby anyway. Would you do a -4 from Diaby to Gross and mid is Palmer Foden? A -4 for Diaby? I don't think so. Captain Foden? Not for me, man. Anyone else you like instead of Gross? Yeah, I like Richarlison, but it kind of hinders my team for game week 26. Again, like with the likes of Jesus, and like I just need fellas that are going to start because I have 5 injuries. Well, I had 5 injuries before I got rid of Trent, and yeah, so I think I'm going to lock in that transfer. To be honest. I can't believe I'm bringing in Pascal Gross. This is crazy. How has it come to this? Like, what a mad week of fantasy football that we didn't have, but injuries hit us left, right, and centre. Luis Diaz or Richarlison? First of all, come on, you Spurs. Probably Luis Diaz over Richarlison. Rhea or Areola? Probably Rhea. Try go Bruno. Everyone wants me to go Bruno. Sorry, lads, I can't do it to myself. Not this week anyway. Start Bone and hope he starts instead of Archer. Yeah, I mean, try start Bone anyway. Why not? Trent to S2 or Walker? That's the question. For me, probably Walker. Neto, the Portuguese is better. Maybe. Akanji or Trippier? Akanji or Trippier. Bearing in mind I'm starting Alvarez. Ooh, that's a tough one. Sound like Gary Neville for a second. Probably Trippier because why not? Just risk it. Team Gross, yeah. You ignoring the questions making me think you don't want anyone to get him. You ignoring Jota questions me. No, yeah, I don't want Jota to be honest. His minutes aren't guaranteed. Like that's the thing. He's a great player though. If he wasn't blanking in 26, I'd bring him in. That's the best way to put it. Captain Martin Odegaard, go for it. I have Foden, Palmer, Gross, and Saka. Best captain choice. I mean, Saka, I guess. I think everyone would have captained Palmer if he was like 8 million. No, his price doesn't affect me, to be honest. I just don't look at that Fulham fixture and go, yeah, he's going to smash him. Like, for me, I think Arsenal could hammer, potentially, Crystal Palace. So, yeah. I'm getting Pedro Neto in soon, Chai. Should jump on him now. Yeah, a lot of Pedro Netos. That's surprising. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. What about Tony? He has really bad fixtures, man. Even though he has a double. By the way, I hope I'm not talking too fast. I'm trying my best to slow down. But maybe it's just who I am. Like I'm trying my best here. Okay, wildcard draft. All right, let me. All right, Pascal Gross, welcome to the team. Let me make sure I'm not clicking free hit or something. Confirm transfers. Son to Gross. Yes, please. Don't mind if I do. 2, please. Go. Switch. Who am I benching? Oh shit, who am I benching? I didn't even realize that. Mateta? Like, or do I just bench? Chat, let me know. Who do I bench? I didn't even realize I had to. Okay, I'm being told I'm too fast. Let me slow down. Um, Chat, who do you think I should bench? Look, me personally, I think it should probably be Colwell on the bench. Um, Mateta, people are saying Mateta against Arsenal. You're probably right. There's probably 4 points of difference in Mateta and Colwell, but there's a chance that Mateta outscores Colwell like by a high margin. Okay, you're right. You're right, chat. Mateta it is. Goodbye, Mateta. Save your team. Let me make sure not to click triple captain. Let me refresh that to make sure I'm locked in just in case any crazy stuff happens. And actually, let me move Mateta up in case Gabriel Jesus doesn't play. And save that once more. Okay. Everyone's saying bench Mateta. Thank you. Appreciate your input. So let's make a quick wildcard draft. Now, I don't know why you'd ever be in here to listen to my wildcard draft with 15 minutes left on the deadline. But, I mean, let's do it, okay? I don't even think I'll be fast enough to do this because I'm using a trackpad currently and it's fairly slow. But let's do it. Why not? Bit of fun. So I would definitely have Walker, Foden, and either Alvarez or Haaland. I would have Saka. No, I wouldn't have Saka. I'm pulling your leg. Would I keep Salah? Probably not. I mean, you can't keep Salah. Don't let the chat influence you, Chai. You're on top spot for a reason. No, but look, there is some good reasoning. Like when everyone says one pick, I mean, I would be crazy to go against you just to go against you. You know what I mean? Palmer has to be there. No Mateta. Look, I don't know if I'm going to be able to build this in time. We'll try crank it out. So Anthony Gordon comes in for me. Even if he's on the bench, I don't know if I'd start him against City. Probably not. Who else we got? Isaac has to come in. João Pedro for me is a must. If I was wildcarding anyway. Defense, who we got? Estupinian for sure. Probably, if you already have Trent, I would keep him on the bench. Other than that, who should you go for? Let's just say interior, right? We're gonna put Haaland on the bench, for example. Okay, just for the sake of it, because I know we might want to spend that extra transfer. Who else? I done one of these on my last stream. Why am I doing another one? I mean, it is what it is now. Select replacement. Who we got? Saka. I would probably go Odegaard if I was on wildcard. Would that be my midfield five? Maybe. Restore player. I'd probably keep Martinez and Dubravka. I actually still really like Dubravka. What you making? I'm confused. So someone suggested in chat that we should make a wildcard draft, and I said I'd try bang it out. Pedro Porro has to stay for me. So we are lacking a bit of Liverpool here. Maybe I shouldn't have done a wildcard draft because this is kind of cheeks. Apologies if someone's trying to copy this. Like, this is the worst thing ever. But these are some of the players that I would definitely have. The only person I'm missing here that I'd probably be wanting is Watkins for sure. Who would I put in these other two spots? I mean, that's up for debate. You might want to keep money ready in case you wanted to bring back Salah. Why Pascal Gross? So Pascal Gross is just secure pretty much. Oh yeah, Trippier. He's a really nice one that is definitely gonna go underneath the radar. I don't think Newcastle, by the way, are gonna be as bad as people are making them out to be. What a wildcard draft. Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry. This is a crock of... I don't know if I can say that on here. It's actually terrible, though. Who would I put here? Probably... I mean, Trent. Yeah, probably Trent. All right. Now, obviously, you wouldn't go into the game week 21 with this team because you'd have 4 people that you wouldn't want to start, 4 or 5 people that you can't start. But in general, these are a lot of players that I would want in my team, for example. Okay? So just to clarify, this is not the team I would wildcard in. These are these are 15 players that I would like to have. Okay, I suppose if you were wildcarding, you could do the likes of Virgil van Dijk here, and you could just upgrade him to Trent if need be. Keep in mind that Liverpool have a double in 25. Well, likely double. I think it's about 70-80%. But yeah, like. I want to bring in some Newcastle boys when the coming fixtures are there. But it's just kind of hard because I mean, next week I have to bring in Haaland. Game week 22 is Haaland. Game week 23, I mean, I don't even know. It depends on if Salah's back. Like, I might even get rid of him. But right now, the plan is to keep Salah. Let me make sure my team is set. Yeah, that's my team for the coming week. Again, like I said, no Bruno. I know. It's a sad week, but he might come in my next wildcard. By the way, we'll get into the chip strategy when the timer goes. We have about 16 minutes just for anyone that is tuning in now. Again, thank you. How many are you in here? Thanks to all 400 of you that are listening to me waffle. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And again, thanks for 2,000 subscribers. If you find any of this entertaining, feel free to subscribe. I really appreciate it, lads. It means a lot. And I'm happy to be doing this. Look, I like doing this, and it's great to see so many people are interested about what I'm doing for some reason. So yeah, I am going to captain Saka. I'm captain Saka. I mean, it's not a great week for captaincy at all, to be honest. Bench Johnson or Solanke. I should probably be answering your chats, by the way. I would bench Solanke. Is it worth a -8 for S2, Gross, and Tony? I don't know if I take a -4 for Tony, to be honest. Everything you think of bringing United, remind me of yourself of a 3-0 thrashing by Bournemouth at Old Trafford. I mean, sure. Werner starts for Spurs against Man United with Porro and Kulu and Bentancur. I don't know if I put my money on Werner starting. I mean, I'll be all for it. Bit of excitement, why not? What do I think will happen in that United game? I think United will be up for it. They always are against us for some reason, like I said. But I think Spurs come out to win. Like, we're on decent form, and United just not been up for it. Even for some of the bigger games, they don't look up for it at all. Views on Arsenal defence. I mean, I don't own one, but if I had one, I'd probably keep him for the time being. What about Doughty on Wildcard? Yeah, he's an interesting one. Look, I don't know if he's for me, but he's a double coming, which is not the best fixtures, but he's an interesting pick, and he's a bit of excitement as well. He looks really good. I really feel like me bringing in Neto and Gross is the 2 worst transfers I can make all season. Then why are you bringing him in? Like, no one's putting the gun to your head telling you have to bring him in. Walker or Purvis? Probably Walker. Bench Taylor or Almiron? Bench Taylor. Why not captain Foden? Because I think Saka is a better captaincy. There's not much else to it. Alfie Doughty captain tonight. If you captain Alfie Doughty, DM me on Twitter. I want to see it. And if you get, look, I'll send you a prize if you get something. It won't be acting crazy, but I'll try to think of something. Wow, Alanga joined this stream in chat. Huh? That's very particular. Boy, João Pedro or Tony? João Pedro or Tony? Probably João Pedro. Bring in Foden this week or Garnacho, and then Foden next week or Saka. I'd bring in Foden this week. Me out here with 3 Chelsea players. Yeah, you might want to move on some of those Chelsea players come game week 26, providing that they win their tie, of course. I mean, we're all good, but again, they play Spurs in game week 26, so I don't know if that's any good to you, but still. Tony good or not? Yeah, Tony's good. It's just, I don't know. He wouldn't be on top of my list right now. Fulham have conceded 35 goals. Crystal Palace 29. Doesn't that favour Palmer, especially his form? I mean, if you look at it like that, sure. I mean, if we were robots playing the game and that's all you could base it off, I mean, sure. But, I mean, I think we all know Saka is a bit better than he's been performing. And I think we can expect him to be a bit better than he is. So that's why I don't have a problem captaining him. Kevin De Bruyne captain, not for me because I don't know if he'd start. Thanks for subscribing. That is a mad name. Appreciate it. Gross captain, go for it. It's not for me though. Salah to Foden or Boden to Foden? Depends if you want Haaland, I suppose. I'm not sure what your plan is, but I would probably do Salah. I mean, show wildcard, we got rid of it. I'm so sorry, bro, if you're copying that. I wouldn't copy that anyway. Start Areola or Raya. Please don't spam the chat. I'd appreciate it. I would start Raya though. You think rolling this game week is worth it for the next game week? Yeah, I think, look, if you can afford to roll this week, go for it, because you get a lot more information next week and it could be really beneficial. By the way, we're closing down on 10 minutes until deadline, so lock in your transfer. Cole or Adogi? Destiny Adogi for sure. What a player, by the way. Why Gross over Richarlison? Purely because I need someone that's going to play minutes. And Gross is that guy that is going to play all those minutes. But Richarlison is a good pick. It's just he blanks in game 26. Start Areola or Leno? Start Areola. Let's talk about Rashford, bro. Okay, Rashford, all right. I'm waiting for his purple patch. It is going to come some point this season. It's just a matter of when. He's going to turn into that prime Ronaldo that we see every once a season for a few games. But he's a fun pick. I mean, if you want to go there, I will do it and captain him, Choi, for a real prize if it's available. Okay, I mean, don't captain him because you want a prize from me. He needs to do well in that game for you to win the prize. Okay, João Pedro. Okay, yeah, that's okay. Why not? Bit of excitement. Colwell or sorry, I missed that question. Are you benching Solanke for Johnson? Yeah, I would bench Solanke for Johnson. Oh, actually, yeah, with Werner coming in, I don't know if I would. Start for Cario or Turner? I'd start for Cario. Colwell or Adogi? Doughty or Adogi? Probably Doughty, just for this week though. Thoughts on Spurs' new signings? Yeah, I love Timo Werner and Dragushin. This definitely expands our squad. If you need any why did I say that? Moderators, try to avoid chat spam. Yeah. So basically, I'm trying to figure out how to get that working. There's still 330 in here. Thank you to all of you. Yeah, I will have a moderator in here eventually. It's just I haven't a clue how to do it, to be honest. I'm an absolute novice at this. But again, like I said, every stream we're gonna improve something. What happened to Darwin? Yeah, I had to get rid of Darwin, bro. Sorry. For the long term, João Pedro, what do you think? Yeah, João Pedro is a great pick for the coming weeks. S2 or Bruno? I mean, Bruno all day, come on. Is Buonanotte good until Ading returns? I wouldn't be getting Buonanotte, but if you have him, why not? Would you review our teams on stream? Yeah, I can do that. Hey Dylan, hope all is well. Sad, my guy. Start Taylor versus Luton or Mubama. Mubama all day. Would you review our teams after the deadline? Yes, sure, I can do that. One last try to get you to switch to Palmer. Refs do not protect Saka enough as he get kicked the whole game. I mean, if that's the way you look at it, sure, but Jesus or Saka the captain? For me, Saka, because I don't even know if Jesus is going to play. Is Bowen 100% not starting? It's hard to say. Look, at the end of the day, Naughton is 100%, but I would say he's very unlikely to start, yes. Buonanotte or Garnacho. Why you keep Salah? So keeping Salah is the idea to keep a few transfers for the hectic weeks to come. Because I got rid of Trent, I can afford to keep Salah on my bench. Will Foden minutes be affected by KDB's return? Yes, probably, but hopefully not by much. Should I go Gross over Foden instead? No, I think Foden's probably a better pick. Garnacho or Gross? Garnacho. Who are you captaining? Saka. Who would you start of Trippier, Isaac and Porro? I would start Isaac. Itogi or Mubama? Mubamba, probably. Walker or Colwell? Walker all day. Captain Palmer or Foden? Probably Palmer. Play Edison or Areola? Ederson all day. Is Werner a go? I don't know. I don't know if I'd get in Werner. Probably not. So we've got 8 minutes left until the deadline, lads. Be sure to lock in your teams because, I mean, the website's not going to crash, but, I mean, I'd prefer to have that security for sure. Connor Bradley in for Trent. No, I wouldn't go there. Start Richarlison or Garnacho. Richarlison. World number 2 is captaining Neto. What's your take on this? I mean, I hope it works out for him, but hopefully I still get more points. Start Trippier or Gordon. Gordon all day. Martin says, transfer Estupinian plus... I couldn't see that. Or Gross, should I take a -8 for Porro? No, I wouldn't take a -8. Start Bowen. I would risk starting Bowen, by the way, if you haven't. Should I keep Haaland on bench or sell? Keep him on your bench. Start Richarlison or Garnacho or Darwin. Start Darwin Núñez, trust me. Why not? Is Jesus starting? I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm not Arteta and I don't get that information. But hopefully he does. Gross is captain. Go for it. Why not? It's not for me though. Jota or Diaz on Wildcard. What do you think? Either. Jota is probably better for a goal, but Diaz looks like he's more secure. Maybe not actually. His minutes not been great. Take back what I just said. Change your cap. I mean, why do you care who I'm captaining though? At the end of the day, like it doesn't really matter. I'm not trying to tell everyone to captain Saka. If you want to captain someone else, go for it. Like I'll just go who I think is going to do the best. Start Garnacho or Pau. Garnacho. Start Archer or Consa. Start Archer probably. Or do a -4 for Pedro. Ooh, you could do a -4 for Pedro. That's bold though. Can I bring in Darwin? Of course you can bring in Darwin Nunes. He's a legend. -4 for Gross and Pedro or Alvarez. Um, Pedro probably. Palmer's a good buy. Yes, Palmer's probably still a good buy. He's really good for the price. Is Kevin De Bruyne a start? Is him a possible captain? No, I don't think so. Start with Richarlison or Garnacho or Darwin? Probably Darwin. Does Jesus start? I don't know. I hope so. I bench Saka. Something tells me you don't like Saka. It's more than just that you're not captaining him. Palmer or Gross? For this week, Palmer. Thanks. So Diaz over Jota. No, I didn't say that. Take that back. They're both good. I can't pick. 5 minutes until the deadline, by the way. So get your teams locked in. Walker or Porro? For this week or in general? In general, probably Porro. Do you think Bowen might play? I doubt it. Saka, Richarlison or Bernardo? Saka, I would say. Trent to Estepinian, Archer to João Pedro for a -4. Yeah, that's not a bad move at all. Would you bench Porro and start Gabriel? You wrote out his full name, nice one. No, I wouldn't bench Porro. Well, it depends who your other defenders are. Richard or Bailey or Gross? Probably Richard. Where in Limerick are you from? Limerick here. You know what? I actually do work placement in Limerick, so great to see someone in the chat that's from there. 3 backline, who to bench? Porro, Dogi, Gabriel, White, Stupinian. Probably bench White. Walker or Gordon first bench for Bowen. Probably Gordon first bench. Love you. Good luck with this week. Yeah, thank you, lads. I appreciate it. 4 months till the deadline. Get your teams locked in. Not going to say it again. Does Jesus start? I don't know, James Rottery. I hope he does start. Start Diaby or Solanke or Richarlison? I would start Richarlison. Is your captain locked? Yes, my captain is locked. We are going with Saka this week, and I hope it works out. I'm not expecting much from this week. My team isn't great at all, but your team can't be good every week. So sometimes you need to bite that or take that on the chin and accept the fact that your team is not going to be great like every single week. By the way, if you spam the chat, I'm not going to answer your question, unfortunately. Let's see. Do we still got people still in here? Yeah, we got 300 people still in here. That's crazy. You're sticking through the whole deadline stream, and I appreciate it, lads. Thank you. Walker, Porro, or Trippier as a pick for this week or the coming weeks. For the coming weeks, probably Trippier or Walker. For this week, probably Walker. It's hard to say. Thoughts on Doku? Yeah, Doku's back, and it'll be interesting to see what happens with Foden. Do we like Darwin? Yeah, we love Darwin here. What a player. Best goalkeeper is Ederson. -8, -4, and hope Bowen or Taylor play. I don't think either of those will play. Taylor or Gordon, who should I start? I'd start Gordon. Walker, Porro, or Jota? By the way, I'm probably after missing some news on Twitter. I hope like a lot of you are keeping an eye out. You might get something. I doubt it, but check Twitter just in case. Thanks, Shai. You've done a great job this evening. Thank you, Mr. Paul. I appreciate it. Like I said, this is my 3rd stream, and every single time we stream, we're trying to improve something. I'll try my best for you lot, and I hope to see more of you in the coming streams. I love doing this, so thank you, lads. Areola or Flecken? Probably Areola. Start Archer or take a hit? It depends who the hit is for, I suppose. Choi, Turner or Nana? Oh, Nana, is he still at United? I'd probably just start Turner. I don't know. All the best, Choi. See you later, Mr. Paul. Start Concert or Trippier? Probably Trippier. No, probably Trippier. Walker, Porro or Trippier? Probably Walker. Should I play João Pedro or transfer him for a -4 to Jota? What? That doesn't even make sense. Should I start Trippier or Brantwaite? Probably Trippier. Love you, thank you. It's been class, Chai lad, thank you. By the way, we're doing chip plan if anyone's interested after the deadline goes. Just so you know, if anyone's leaving chat. Loving the stream, Chai. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Dean McCarthy. I appreciate it. Hi, Chai mate. Should I start Solanke or Gusto? I don't even know if Gusto's fit, but I'd probably start Solanke even if he was. -8 or play 9 to 10 players depending on Taylor. I'd probably take on -4 rather than -8. S2 or Bruno? Bruno all day. Be honest, S2 or... Why do you keep asking me? Start Gordon or Taylor? Start Gordon all day. Doku or Foden or Jota or Diaz? Probably Foden. So yeah, let me just make sure my team is locked in. We got a minute left in chat. I won't be able to answer your last few questions in chat, unfortunately. But let's hope Jesus starts. Again, we're 11th in the world, which is kind of crazy. Um, as a total player, just almost 11 million people. I'd say next year we'll have about 11 million people playing. It was interesting to see that a few Premier League teams got demoted last season, so we lost a few 100,000 players, but that's the game. 50 seconds left. Get your teams locked in. Here's my team for the coming week. I'm not the most confident in it, but I'm happy to go into the week with that team. Like I said, every week is not going to be a good week, but hopefully this one is at least a grey arrow. Let me know in chat, who did you captain? We'll do a poll right now. Who did you captain? Oh shit, I need to end the last one. My bad. Give me 2 seconds, lads. Sorry. Start poll. One last time, Saka, Palmer. See if I persuaded anyone, even though, I mean, that shouldn't be happening. Other start poll. Let's go again. One last time. Respect Chai 11, thank you. Palmer, Bruno, all day. Locked and loaded. Okay, guys, that is the deadline gone. Starting soon. I mean, we're ending now, but by the way, not the best piece of text, I have to say, but it's better than nothing, right? Let's see what chat is saying for captaincy. Yeah, no, I think I'm happy with Saka captain, to be honest. Not ideal, but if I had Pedro, I'd probably do it. Alfie Touty Cap, I tagged you on X. Okay, cool. I don't know what prize you want, because I'll try to give you something good if it works out. I hope it does, because I mean, you've balls to do that. Captain Devantoni, I wish you a lot of luck, my friend. I mean, that is a good pick this week against Forest, but Forest are in good form. Palmer, let's go. Foden, captain, cool. All the best to one and all. How do I see this poll? There it is. Saka, okay. 60% of your captain Saka. Interesting. So I suppose we will get into chip strategy. So just a refresher, I'm sure a lot of you already know, because, I mean, you're seeing it everywhere on Twitter, but Game Week 25 is a double game week. Game Week 26 is going to be a blank. I think if I were to put my money on it, Liverpool are likely going to blank, and so are Chelsea and Spurs and Fulham. Game Week 29 is the biggest blank of the season. It depends on the FA Cup tie. And Game Week 34 and 37 are double. Game Week 34 is a double and a blank, and Game Week 37 is a double. So my plan going into this, right? This is only straight off the dome, because, I mean, we need to see what happens with the fixtures. By the way, there's a cat outside. That's crazy. I plan, for the time being, using my triple captain in Game Week 25. Dead end into Game Week 29. And then Wildcard in Game Week 30. And using my free hit in Game Week 34. And bench boost 37. Now, the reason is, alright, I probably have a good enough team to navigate through 25 not to use it and use my free hit, as I still have Salah on the bench. Maybe I might miss out on the likes of Trent and Nunez, but again, you can't have them all. You have to sacrifice some things. Game Week 29 is going to be hard to have a full team, because it's going to be an awkward blank for sure. So I have 4 doublers going into Game Week 25. Going into Game Week 26, as we have it now, we have 3 players blanking. So that means we'll have 11 come Game Week 26, but obviously I'll be making some transfers in that time. And then Game Week 29, like I said, we'll have to navigate our team so we dead into it, and we can just pick players that we wouldn't necessarily pick. Game Week 30, wildcard out of it, and then we'll have our teams ready for Game Week 31, 32, 33, and then free hit in 34. I think free hit is probably beneficial in Game Week 34, because it's harder to navigate blanks and a double game week rather than just a double or just a blank. If you free hit in a week where there's double and blanks, you can have the perfect team where you have 0 players blanking, and you mightn't have that otherwise if you were just running like with your normal team. But I would say that will change depending on the fixtures, but that's the idea right now. If anyone is interested, if there's anyone still in here. How many people have we still got in here? We still have almost 200 people, which is good going. Yeah, so we're locked in. I probably should have kept that on the screen so you could see it, but it's gone now. But yeah, that's the chip strategy. If anyone else has that different, show me in chat. I'm intrigued. There's a lot of different ways you can do it, of course, and everyone will do something different. Have you wildcarded? No, I still have it. Can you make it so you can super chat in here? So yeah, so I need more hours on YouTube until I can do super chats. So the likes of you guys staying in my stream, that's doing wonders for me building that up. And we'll eventually get there so you can super chat. It's great to even see that you're suggesting that. I mean, I don't know why you want to give me your money. I try to get back to as many as possible. But that will be possible in the future. So thank you for suggesting that. Game week 37, too much rotation. Yeah, but even if you do use your bench boost or whatever, I mean, you can't avoid the rotation no matter if you even free hit like. Start Pinnock or Braithwaite for game week 22. I haven't even a clue who they're playing. How much for a follow back on Twitter then? However much you'll give me. No, it's not that deep. Come on. What's your plan for bench boost, mate? Probably game week 37. I'd like to free hit in game week 34 as of now. I don't know what else I can show you because, I mean, there's nothing else here. I wish I could see like my team for next week. That would be ideal. Yeah, so I'm gonna end this stream at past. If any have any questions, stick them in the chat. We'll go through them here. I've wasted all my chips, but that's right. I'll be better next year. Yeah, I mean that's unfortunate, but I suppose you learn from it. How many people we still got? Still got 150. Not bad. Sorry, lad, missed it. What are you using the wildcard for? So I will use it in game week 30. I'd say after I make my team fairly bad to 29. Showed up late to this stream. What did you do this week? I brought in Pascal Gross for Youngmin Son, and I brought in Estupinian for Trent. I'm going great stream as always. Thank you, Shy. See you later, ISG. I appreciate it. I texted you an X and you answered me today. I mean, that's what I do. You know, my DMs are always open. By the way, I try to get back to as much of you as I can. If I don't get back to you, that's my bad, like completely. Do you plan to get Trent back? That's the question. I don't know what I'm going to do with Trent, to be honest. I probably will need him for the double. I've already used my free hit. What should I do? I mean, there's not much you can do except prepare your team for the coming weeks, I'd say. You definitely have to plan ahead if you don't have it. What do you expect Salah and Son will be back? Or when do you expect Salah and Son to be back? I would say Salah will probably be back between 24 and 25. He's not going to miss 26, I wouldn't say. And Son, he could go all the way for sure. Do you know what your transfers will be until game week 29? No, I haven't a clue, to be honest. I didn't even know my transfers for like the last half an hour. Great moves. Thank you, Shallow. What's been the tactic so far this season to get where you have? Can you rattle through the game week 1 to the current team and let us know any key decisions you made? If you're interested, I could make a video on that instead of doing it on stream because I don't have my game week history in front of me now. I can do a video on that and just give you some pointers that I done, like that somehow got me here. Again, it's not magic; it's just happened somehow. Why game week 30? What's the thought process? So game week 30 because game week 29 is the biggest blank of the season, and if you dead end your team, so dead end means make like a load of transfers just for that specific game week. In game week 30, you can wildcard your team so how you want it back to be for the coming game weeks. And I'm pretty sure there's a good fixture swing after that blank. Will you bring in KDB when he starts getting 90 minutes? I don't think so. You can't have KDB, you can't have Haaland and Salah and Trent. I feel like you could spread the funds a bit better. Haaland to João Pedro for a 1 week punt for this week. I don't know, it's a bit too late. I've kept Son instead of Salah. Is that a bad thing? No, some people have to do things differently. Choy, you Rockman, thank you, Sully. I appreciate it. Great to see that you're still here. But yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen this week. It'll be interesting. We're that droughted from football that I'm going to watch Burnley and Luton play tonight, and I'm excited for it. This is not good. It's great to be back playing FPL. I absolutely love it. And I love all of you guys that tune in to watch me. So I wish you all the best of luck, lads, in chat. Thank you for tuning in. Again, like I said, if you're here for the next stream, it will be better. I don't know what it will be that will be better, but we'll do something. And I mean, I hope to see more of you or just as many as are in today. One last question. So if you have any more questions before we go, I'll end it in a minute. Get them in. So you're going to make loads of transfers in game week 28 for the 29 blank. No, so you start prepping weeks before for the game week 29 blank. Burnley versus Luton will be a record lowest viewer count. I don't think so. I'll be there watching it. Cap Watkins, may the best man win. Yeah, best of luck. Good luck to you too, mate. Thank you, Natalia. I appreciate it. So yeah, thank you, lads. I'm going to end it there. So bye-bye. Best of luck.